footy, Nathan here. From the rugby champs to now, we've seen a massive upward climb with the squad. The seniors successfully got their Italian job. Now it's your turn in Italy. Is there belief that this side can go all the way and win the Junior World Champs?
Hi, Nigel. Definitely. Look, I think that was a very challenging match. The conditions are quite tough here with the humidity and obviously a very physical game against Argentina. So I think that the guys have really built a lot of confidence through the championship and now into the Rugby World Cup. So there's definitely a lot of belief in the guys. They're a very humble team, but we are truly, truly full of belief and confidence.
You touched on my next question. With so much confidence this side currently have, how will you ensure they stay grounded and keep that same energy for the final against New Zealand?
Oh, Nate, can I be honest with you? It's our leadership group that sets the tone, and it's just the whole group in general. If I'm honest, I think there's such a humble group. They just want to play so hard for the country. We know how hard we've worked building into this World Cup, and just what it'll mean to all of us, and the Springbok rugby and for our country. So I've never ever had an issue with any of our players around not staying grounded. They're a very humble bunch, and they're all desperate to do well come Saturday.
Then finally, Riley, just talk us through what's changed from the rugby champs to now. It feels like it's a new team or new squad from the team that competed in the rugby champs to the one in the junior world champs.
I think it's just time together and understanding combinations. I think guys come from all different unions, they come from different areas, and they're not used to playing with each other. So I think when we get combinations right, and over time, when you can build trust with the people next to you, I think that's the biggest difference for us. I think our defense has improved tremendously from the rugby championship. We saw that teams were rounding us on the edges and things like that. I just think it was all down to combinations, and now our defense is working. Everyone's on the same page, and we're trusting one another. So we're in a really good space at the moment. Today was tough, but come Saturday, we'll be really excited and roaring to go against a great New Zealand side.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Nate. Ross, you can go ahead.
Thanks, Rayan. How's it, Kevin and Riley? Congrats on the win, guys.
Thank you, Ross.
Kevin, it's quite funny to say that you guys have a bit of homework after a 48-24 win. But, heading into that final now, a bit of struggles at the scrum, at the breakdown, the discipline. Has this sort of added a bit of work to this week ahead of that final against New Zealand? Or are you going to still be relaxed building up?
No, we won't be relaxed. We'll obviously review really, really hard, and we'll have a look at some of those penalties because we wanted to have really good discipline against Argentina and in the final. I still think we're the least carded team in this whole competition, and we didn't get one card in the whole of the TLC, so I don't feel like discipline's an issue for us. It's obviously just adapting. Maybe it's a new referee or a different style of game, and it's just about us being able to adapt to that and make sure that we can understand the circumstances, stay in control of our emotions, and be more mature, maybe around, not more mature, excuse me. We are a very mature team, but just making sure we understand the conditions.
And I know either France or New Zealand would have been would have been a massive challenge in the final. But are you guys a little bit happier to be facing the Junior All Blacks, maybe to give them a bit back after that rugby championship loss, and also sort of them and they're a really big rival?
No, it's got nothing to do with the rugby championship, if I'm honest. I think every child in New Zealand and every child in South Africa who's ever picked up a rugby ball dreams of this occasion. And it's a special occasion, and they're a special team, and we're a special team, and it's very good for rugby. And it's got nothing to do with the rugby championship. It's got all to do about the Rugby World Cup.
And Riley, just for you, man, how easy is it going to be to G the guys up for this coming final, especially against that Junior All Black team?
I think we don't need any more motivation. Like Coach Kevin says, you dream of a stage like this, playing on Saturday, facing the haka. The tradition and the history of New Zealand and South African rugby is just unbelievable. We love playing against each other. We have great respect for each other, and it's going to be a battle for 80 minutes. So we're extremely excited. We won't need any more motivation. The guys I know they'll be keen and they'll be up for it, just like New Zealand will be. And I think it's going to be an unbelievable game of rugby. So we're extremely excited for it.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ross. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go quickly around. How's it, Kevin? How's it, Riley?
Hi, Brent.
Hello.
How's it, Riley? Maybe just take us through how you kept the guys calm there, because there was a period, sort of early in that second half, late first half as well, where you guys got on the wrong side of the referee there and got a string of penalties against you. And there was a stage where it could easily have let Argentina back into the game. But you guys managed it very well.
Yes, no, I think it's just the people around us. And I know that Argentina get their passion and their energy from their set piece. They're great mauling side, they're great scrumming side. So I think when they get on top of you and the momentum shifts, I think you just almost have to accept it and carry on just staying in the present and fighting. It won't last forever. And I think our discipline did cost us at times, and that's what put us under pressure for that period of time. But the Oaks just stayed in the fight. They stayed in the present, and I think that's the biggest thing. You concede a penalty, you go back, and it's the next job at hand. You don't dwell on the mistake or on the penalty, and you just focus on the next job at hand. So I think if we can get that right by staying in the present, I think that's why we can defend for long phases without, conceding points, even when we're under pressure like that. So it's all credit to the team and everyone just keeping calm and just staying in the present.
Kevin, just one for you. Are you ahead of the final now? Are you where you want to be with the side, or do you still think there's stuff you guys need to improve before you meet New Zealand?
I think we'll always keep improving, Bren. The thing is, we played some awesome rugby in this tournament, not always for 80 minutes. And the whole thing is about us playing awesome Bok rugby and just getting better and better. So, to be honest, Ben, I'll have to look at the game more closely and have a look at some of our strategies maybe and some of our tactics and just where we are maybe not executing. But generally, honestly, Ben, I couldn't be proud of this group. I'm so excited. I said to the guys in the change room now for this next week to be on this journey with this group is very special. They are absolute warriors. They're humble, and it's really, really special. So yes, of course, we're going to grow. We're going to keep looking at, what's the next thing coming out of New Zealand and how they got over France. That's in our DNA. But I promise you now, Brendan, the one thing that we are going to do is be full of belief come Saturday.
And then just final one for me, just a bit of a bigger picture question, Kevin. Just the value of the TRC, the rugby championship, you guys for the under-20s that you had, and in the past teams haven't had that. And we've seen now since it's been introduced, second year, three Southern Hemisphere sides in the top four there in Italy at the moment. It certainly seems to be beneficial long term, and it certainly has given you guys a lot. I know you've done a lot of games otherwise, but that certainly did give you a higher level of preparation going into this tournament as well.
I couldn't agree more. The thing that we're probably lacking in the program, and certainly since I've arrived, we've been so well supported from South African Rugby and Dave Vessels and just getting us games. And when we went to Port Elizabeth and we played, that was just such an opportunity for us to play Test match rugby. The Six Nations is an awesome tournament, and some of the teams in the Northern Hemisphere are averaging for some of the younger players 2,000 minutes of rugby, higher class rugby. So we want to get as many games and as much continuity going with our guys. And I know you guys are saying, it's a big difference from the TLC, but the reality was, building into the TLC, we were building for the World Cup, and we wanted to use the competition to obviously build on combinations, build on synergy. So we are extremely grateful for that tournament.
Cool. Thanks. That's all from me. And enjoy the week and enjoy the lead up to the final.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thanks, Brendan. Vin?
Thanks, Aaron. Brendan sort of asked my question about it's fine. I'll ask another one. Riley, just in terms of, when you were up, I think by 21 points to 3, you got an easy penalty in front of the post and decided to kick for touch. And I think you eventually scored from that. But is that, going for touch in, keeping in mind that it was a semi-final, is that a testament to the belief you guys have in, what you're doing and your ability to score points?
Definitely. I think it's just reading the game, and I have help with the coaches from that. But I think, in that second half when we were under pressure and we just felt we needed to put points on the board, then we went for poles. But, we back on more, we back our set piece, and we think it's a massive strength from us. So if we feel like we can put points on and put more pressure on, we'll go for the line. So our thinking then was just, we feel like our maul's really working for us. And we back it, so we're going to take the risk and we're going to go for the line. If it works, it works. But we're not going to be we're going to be fearless in our approach in terms of that, and we're not going to fear always taking the safe option. We really back our forwards. We've put in hard work behind the scenes and making sure that our maul's up to scratch. So yeah, we really do back that if we feel like we want to take that option.
And just the last one for me, just in I think all of your previous matches were quite about 2 hours earlier than this one. Now, was there a big difference in terms of the conditions, or was it not that not that big of a difference in terms of the humidity and the heat?
The heat was a lot less, if I'm being honest. It was still quite humid and slippery and wet. You do sweat a lot in these conditions. So I think that's why your ball handling is extremely important and just making sure that you do the fundamentals correctly. But in terms of playing later, the only thing that was different was just the heat was a bit less. So luckily at the TRC, we also got used to playing under lights and playing in a stadium in the dark. So I think that helped us a lot as well. But yeah, it was a difference in terms of the heat, but nothing else was quite very similar.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leighton, we'll wrap up with you.
Thanks, Ray. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Riley. Hope you guys are well. Kevin, just for
Hello
you,
there.
just latching onto Wim's question, are you must be sort of happy that these games that you played, there were early games, there were late games, and they were sort of putting you through different challenges in terms of coping with what the teams brought to you, but also what the circumstances demanded from you guys.
Yeah, I mean the bus trip to get to the game is 2 hours away. So, that's already a challenge in itself. It's a long day. We finished our captain's run yesterday morning, probably about 10:30 in the morning. So that's 24 hours plus a whole afternoon and evening. So it's all about our preparation leading into that. Done a good job. We found a little base close to the stadium where we came, and the guys can relax, and then we don't have to worry about traffic or things out of our control. Zingi Hela, our manager, has been outstanding with that preparation. And then I just found, even sitting in the box tonight, how humid it was. Your hands are sweating and everything. So I must give credit to the guys' skill and just their control of the ball under very taxing conditions.
Thank you. That's all for me. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you, gents. I realize it's very late. Thanks for your patience, and we'll speak to you at team announcement. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
We are Italian. Sure, we are here. Just a couple of
Do you want Italian? Do you speak Italian?
Yeah, sure. Ciao, grazie. Prego.
Speak Italian.
Come stai?
Tutto bene? You learned it well.
Thank you.
Okay.